Good morning. You like that reading, Jess? That was awesome. Hey, so let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, so please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Da-da-da, 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 da-da. My name is Wayne McDonell. It's very nice to meet you. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being a client. We appreciate you. Throw your diamonds in the sky. That's your TradersWay diamond, by the way. Do these sessions 7:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. The overriding goal of helping you put together trade plans, teach you technical and fundamental analysis, and help you become a successful foreign exchange trader sooner than later. What is the raison d'etre? Well, the reason we do this is it's a symbiotic relationship between TradersWay and you. If you survive and even thrive, that means you trade every day, every week, every month, every quarter, every year, every decade. We provide you world-class customer service, very competitive spreads, right? And this beautiful face. And then you make money and keep trading, and cool, everybody's happy. So we want you to survive on the long term, and that is why I'm here every single day. So thank you for being on my team. Thank you for your loyalty and respect. And if you're new to this, or if you're watching a recording in the future, then why don't you visit TradersWay.com and open a demo account today. So ni hao ma. How are you? Comment allez-vous? All right, so let's jump into it. Let's start with the calendar. It's an Aussie week. Yeah, got to trade Aussie this week. Also, since non-farm payrolls was on Friday, you should know that it's PMI week as well. It's that time of the month. Got PMI. And I don't really care about PMI. It just sometimes it muddies the water, sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't, but it's definitely Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi! Anybody watching Cargo? It's the Australian zombie television show. Pretty good, actually. Anyways, let's get on with it. All right, so why Aussie? I mean, there's some pound stuff this week. Okay, you'll probably end up trading pound anyways, but let's just focus on why Aussie. Aussie home sales, right? China PMI. Just might move the Aussie. Then RBA statement and interest rate decision just might move the market. Skip, 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 skip. Aussie GDP, right? Skip, skip, skip. Aussie export and trade balance data. Skip, 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 skip. And Chinese data, trade data, in fact, which will move the Aussie. So this will move the Aussie, 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 and this will move the Aussie. Hey, might as well trade the Aussie, right? Michael hasn't heard of Cargo. Do you have Netflix? It's funny, I'm at that age, I'm a man of a certain age now, where like I'm meeting people and I'm talking about, you know, receiving DVDs through the mail. And they're like, what's that? I'm like, yeah, you know, like Netflix. You can get DVDs from Netflix? Oh, I forgot. People have that bug. Sorry, guys. There is no music in the background. There you go. Yeah, what browser do you guys use for that? You're not using Chrome. So what browser are you using? Just out of curiosity. Yeah, Firefox. That's interesting. Yeah, Mozilla, but I got no music. Okay, well, I just turned the music off. So anyway, so it's a Firefox thing, huh? Interesting. Yeah. Well, no big deal. I just forgot. I'm trying to remember. It's just habit. Sorry. So anyways, yeah, I was a beta tester for Netflix. So it's funny, like, where people are like, wow, DVDs? What does that have to do with Netflix? Because they're online only streaming people, which to me is like the new Netflix, Netflix 3.0. And it's just funny. You're like, wow, really? You don't remember life before Netflix? It's just funny. That comes up a lot. Yeah, it's just interesting. All right. Yeah, so Aussie. Great, great, great. Anything else kind of going on? PMI stuff, don't really care. ISM services, okay, that's tomorrow at 10. That is an interesting one. So that'll happen outside our webinar, but definitely tradable and even scalpable. Yeah, IVPMI Wednesday at 10 for Kitty Cat. Okay, as you know, that evening in the Asian session, great Aussie opportunities. European GDP, okay, yeah. You know, data overall had been improving in Europe and now has not been improving in Europe. So this could be a doozy. I mean, if this is bad, plus, you know, all the socialist big dogs nonsense that's going on in Europe right now probably may overshadow all of that. But anyways, by Thursday, maybe GDP will be great. Okay. Then again, all the China trade data news is going to move the Aussie for you. And then Friday, CAD job, great. Now, typically the Canadian job report is on top of the US job report. So it's kind of nice to have this one separated, huh? So now I'm kind of feel like this week is all about commodity currencies. What do you think? Kiwi yen, well, yeah, that's been more of a related, I believe, Rajit. I think that's sort of because of other things, that one, but we'll definitely go into that. So anyways, pay attention to the commodity currencies, I think are going to be your most important ones, specifically, you know, CAD, Kiwi, Aussie, Noki. Anyone going to pay attention to the Noki? So let's go back to this one. Let's just start with oil, WTI. If you remember, this gray zone, this went back the whole year of 2018 as support. And we had monthly support in here. There's even some weekly support in here. And it's still falling. So, you know, June is a OPEC month. The Russians and the Saudis are going to get together and supposedly save the world, right? But I ask about the idea of why would Saudi Arabia and Russia want low oil prices, right? Why would they? So maybe it's a false press release that gets sent out. Who knows? But I think this is pretty significant to be breaking through this. Okay, I think this is pretty significant. Yeah. So patience, grasshopper. If you if you were a bear, you would have shorted it up high, as we already pointed out before. And if you're a bull, maybe just wait. Very short at 78, take profit at 70. Yeah, well, we're at 65, so you got out at 7. What? Well, what do you mean? No. You mean 60? Yeah, 60. 60 is too low, so that doesn't make any sense. Oh, Brent. Oh, yeah. So you're above. So what is Brent? Probably. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Brent is fine. So anyways, if you were a bear, guys, and you were super aggressive, you'd be going for this 200 EMA at 61. You'd go for the monthly S2, which is about 61. You'd go for the weekly S3, which is about 61. You know, and you would be selling 4-hour 21, right? Trades. Okay. I would honestly rather see this go up than down, but it doesn't have to be this week. That's what I mean. Like if you're a bear, you would have shorted it already. If you're a bull, just hang out, bro. Barry says, is the target okay? Well, you know how to use pivots, right? Pivots are predictive. They'll tell you the target. So, but yeah, I can look at it for you. But that all this should be easy, guys, right? Like, let's take a look. All right, so the short zone was 79, okay? And if you took that trade, by definition, not even by opinion, okay? Your conservative target is 71, and your aggressive target is, let's just call it 69. It's really like 68 and a half. Okay? Yes. Hassan says, hey, Wayne, I'm can't to figure out which pairs to plan over the weekend since I obviously can't plan all. Can you please give your opinion on that and how to choose them? Oh, well, I used to get questions like this 15 years ago, Hassan. So this is good. I'm only pointing it out, Hassan, because we're all special and unique, yet we have very similar questions and challenges. There is, where is it? I'm looking for the Greenback Guru. Does anyone know what page that is? Greenback Guru, Chapter 7, page 83. Let's go to page 83. Okay. Yeah. So the whole point here is that you cannot, as you say, obviously, you cannot plan every trade on every currency pair, watch them all, get all awesome entries, and then, you know, blah, 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 blah. So where do you start? And the typical answer that newer traders think I'm going to give is a specific currency pair. They're like, so should I trade pound dollar? Should I trade pound yen? That kind of stuff. My answer is actually, I want you to specialize in one currency. And I suggest the greenback, which is the US dollar, because it's a reserve currency. So why not start there, right? The reserve currency for the entire world. And most commodities get priced in dollars. Why not? But whatever, if you want to specialize in Polish zloty, great. Okay, so once you get that taken care of, You should focus on things like central banking policy, fundamental analysis, news events, trade policy, government policy, all that kind of stuff in relation to global trade, using that currency. Yeah, weird hair today, huh? So that you become a specialist in that one currency, okay? So you really know what's going on. And when you fold in technical analysis of that one currency, so let's say the US dollar, you're really, really, really good at discerning whether the dollar should be strong or weak and whether the market is bullish or bearish, okay? So let's just say you believe the dollar is weak. Now, over the weekend, you can go through your charts, only look at dollar pairs, and only set up trades where the US dollar is weak. Or if you see that the market is strong, your fundamental bias might be bearish. But let's say you look at it, you're like, oh, this week the dollar is definitely going to be strong. Well, then at least you could have shorter term trades. But you'll understand that you're basically either buying dollars or selling dollars, okay? So now let's give another example. Let's say you decide this week you should buy dollars. Now you can look at pound, yen, Swiss franc, euro, CAD, Aussie, Kiwi, right? And if you think the dollar is going to be strong, you're looking at all these other currencies now to decide whether they're going to be weak. And what you want to find is the weakest, probably the weakest two out of the lot. You might find like this week, Aussie and Kiwi are the weakest. And you know that you've already decided the dollar is going to be strong, so now you're trading dollar versus the weak Aussie, dollar versus the weak Kiwi. And now you got it all boiled down to a trade. Okay? Yeah. Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Oui. Ah. Yeah, it's called relative strength. So you do a relative strength exercise. So my pleasure. So Michael and Hassan, I'm sure you have gone to TradersWay.com and opened up that account, right? Thank you, Hassan. Cool. Thank you, Michael. Mikhailovich. All right, so anyways, I'm a little bummed out about oil, so I'm just going to have to let, set it free. If it was meant to be, set it free. All right. Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. Hurts me. All right. Hang on. All right. So, what do you want to do? Okay. It's a trade the 4-hour move if you're a bull. So, by the way, are my swing traders here? Yeah. You saw that I posted the video yesterday? Hopefully. Right on. Cool. Had to do it on Sunday since it was non-farm payrolls on Friday. Okay. So anyways, one of the discussions in that video was like a look at a scenario like this, where let's get the drawing tool out here. Was that this whole area that you're looking at is bullish, right? So if you're a bear, where's the good sell? Doesn't really, there isn't one. No, Jacques, daily's too slow for me. 4 hour would be better. Okay. So there's no real sell in here, and that was my problem with the swing. And it wasn't the most amazing buy either, but the way that I broke this down is this is a buy pivot on the monthly, this is a buy pivot on a weekly, this is a buy pivot on a weekly, okay? And I don't really have anything for selling. I only have bullish setups, I have no bearish setups, okay? But look where we opened. So that's out of position. So everyone knows what to do next, and that's pretty simple stuff. Okay. Simple, simple, simple. See where that goes from there. Okay, I'm going to put this, well, I'm going to put this back to CAD. Okay, what can you tell me about this? Well, I can tell you there's a 50-50 chance of this going up or down. Actually, I'd give it a little more bullish than bearish. The most important thing that I see here is that bears definitely bought it at exactly where they were supposed to buy it. Right? Did I say bears? Sorry. Bulls. Bulls bought it at exactly where they were supposed to buy it. Bears sold it at exactly where they were supposed to sell it. So are there bulls or are there bears? Yes. So I'm just looking at this area that seemed to have been important in the past. So that changes the 50-50 to the point where maybe it does one of these things. Oops, there we go. Okay. But if you are a bull or you were a bear and you use monthly pivot points, you did exactly what you were supposed to do. And now just move your stop to break even, and maybe it goes your way, maybe it doesn't. Well, I don't really know if it's the central that matters here, guys. I think that the central is a consequence. But what's more important, oops, let's clear this. What's more important is there were bulls here, and there were bears here, and that's all that matters. People doing stuff in here, they're just not doing their job properly. They're just very, 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 very late. Now, if you are doing your job properly and you're a bull, and on the smaller time frames, you start to see it rising and you take another shot. So you're in once here, and you take another shot here to add to your position, then you are doing your job properly. Okay? Because this is a role reversal. Okay? Oh, Peter says, what about weekly M2? Well, it's all the same thing, right? So here's the weekly buy zone, right? So you're telling me if it goes like this, you're going to ignore it because it didn't hit your M2? That's why I call them zones, guys. Anywhere in here, okay? Now, with that in mind, anywhere in there being the logic, the monthly central and all of this, do you think that will be helpful? Yeah, and probably even more important than this. Who cares about that? I mean, but yeah, sure. So all I do, guys, is when I'm in a situation like this, I'm like, all right, first thing, anywhere in this zone is buyable. Great. If it falls down to weekly M2, is that still buyable? Yes. If I buy it off of 129.0000, is that buyable? Yes. If I buy it off the monthly central pivot point, is that buyable? Yes. If I buy it off the reversal, is that buyable? Yes. So now I just drop into a small time frame and find some technical reasons to buy it. Okay? Weaker oil, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but that's all compounded. See, all of that, you can't throw in on a 15-minute chart, oh, weaker oil. That's a fundamental play, and we're looking at entries. It's besides the point. Yeah, it's not going to hurt, but it's not right. That would have been better on your bias, deciding whether you should be a bull or a bear, right? But that should have all been decided over here. That's when you throw in, oh, well, oil, right? But we're well past that. Okay. Don't speak, I know what you're thinking. Do tell me 'cause it hurts. All right, so we're on top of this. Not sure why this was so, we have this up so much. I guess it's just simply if it bounces at the monthly. You could also buy it down in here if you're a bull. Okay. You know, it'd be cool if you're a bear. Something like that. Wouldn't that be sweet? Okay. But bulls have two shots on this basis. One, you find an opportunity to buy it there, which I've already highlighted several days ago, in fact. Looks like about Thursday. And the second one is here. If it goes up here, you should take a shot. Yeah, we'll get to that. Okay, guys? Is it happening right this second? Well, it might actually be. So go into your smaller time frames and look for things like double bottoms and higher highs, higher lows, and right? See if it happens. Drop a stop and pray it gets to here. Or take your profit when you get there, and then if it breaks out, take your second trade back at the same price. Typically, when this goes down, oil prices go up. Probably a yield hog move. Let's look at pound dollar. Okay. A lot of stuff going on here. Bears would take shots down. You can see that that didn't work. This was last Tuesday. Okay. At some point, did you see the higher high? So what do you do then? Cool. It's not pretty yet. If you're a bear on pound dollar, you're going to definitely sell it here. And I'm sure if I asked you to give me 2 or 3 reasons why that would be a sell zone, you should be able to do it. Okay. Well, how about the monthly central pivot? How about the weekly M4? Yeah, or 13 other reasons. And we'll do gold and then zip over to the yen-yens. Okay, so I had it coming down plausibly, maybe, if you're a bear, down into here. The other thing we talk about, and you can see I'm predicting a bounce here. I thought it would come down and then go up, but the bounce here is exactly the monthly M2. So if you're a gold bug, oops, if you're a gold bug, what you're hoping for is this, that the pattern you're playing is down to the bottom of the channel, up to the top of the channel, and then, weekly M2, or sorry, monthly M2, monthly M4. So you're a buyer at 1290, going for 1333. You're welcome. Okay. If you're a bear, you think that's nonsense, and these guys are gullibles, and you're just going to trade it like a roll reversal and then tank it. Okay. And again, the litmus test for that is the litmus test for that is just simply identify a place where a bear would sell. Okay, where would a bear sell these? Moving averages, 1300. This whole thing here is a weekly sell zone on weekly pivots, and just above it is 1300, 100, right? 130000000. And here there's a monthly pivot. So like, if you're a bear, you see what's going on, and you don't believe that that's going to be a higher low. So you're simply just going to trade this down, just like I already had it marked, right? So I had this coming down, hitting here, bouncing up, hitting that, and dropping. I think most bears would still consider that a valid trade. All right, let me put that back. Remember how I had it like this? Okay. So I have it on a roll reversal, but this is fine. Anything back in this whole zone and then back down is the trade plan if you're a bear. Pretty easy. You know, I think gold is kind of dead. So I don't have a decent answer for that, Michael. The world is not worried about inflation right now. So, and gold doesn't pay you interest to hold it. So gold hasn't changed price since 2013. See where our price is right now? That's June 1st, 2013, gold was the same price. So if you held gold for 5 years, you didn't make money. If you held gold for 5 years, physical gold, you had to pay for storage and security and all that kind of stuff, so you've actually lost money. They call that carrying cost. So yield hogs, people are more interested in yield, like Kiwi. Now you wouldn't trade Kiwi versus dollar to catch the yield, so what would you trade? Yeah, so you can do like a Kiwi yen. Don't speak, I know what you're feeling, don't tell me 'cause it hurts. For some reason it's not here. Pound. Yeah, for some reason I got switched. All right. Okay. Let's switch this template. Lufletulimum. Okay? Check this out. MR1 predicts what top? What top does MR1 predict? Or sorry, MS1. Yeah, I only blurted it out 3 times, right? So the predicted top the month of June, based on gobbly-goo pivot points, jiggly wiggly. You got to remember, it's all nonsense. So do not give up your intellect. But a repeatable pattern is if that's your bottom, that's your top. Okay. Did you notice it's also our weekly predicted top? So if we hit this today or tomorrow, this is going to come all the way back down. So we're going to ride this from 77.50 back to 74.50. 300 pips up, 300 pips down. Because remember, if we hit this too early in the week, it's got to come back down to the central pivot. And that's way down here. And if we're going from there to there, might as well go down to there, right? I mean, maybe it comes back and uses that as support, but okay. So we opened the week too hot if you're a bull. Okay. Because this is the buy zone, right? So we're way out of position. So as you know, so we look for that. Get yourself a dip. Okay. You'll say, Wayne, well, that's not perfect because you're supposed to trade a pullback to the 21 and it didn't touch the 21. I'm like, yes, it did. You're like, no, it didn't. Look at that. I'm like, yeah, it's touching. And you look at it, and you're like, it's not touching. I'll say, well, come back in 2 days. Michael, just the internet, Google it. Pivot points, there's 10,000. Did you look in your code base, whatever, on your terminal? Click on code base. Scroll through, look for pivots. Or go onto Google, pivot point indicator MT4. I mean, there are thousands, Michael. Thousands. Remember that Coca-Cola guy? Thousands. Max Headroom. Remember that? You're like, you know, I've always been a Coke fan. I live near Coke employees in Atlanta, but I grew up in Canada and I was a Coke fan. Hated Pepsi, right? But I never understood Coca-Cola advertising. You're like, is that a polar bear watching the northern lights? Like, what the F is that? Right? Why would I want to drink Coke? Is it, you should drink Coke. Like, Max Headroom. What does this have to do with the soda? Right? It was just so weird. Yeah, but it didn't make me drink Coke. Oh, yeah. Let's go to exotics. Okay. Cool. All right. If you are a bear, you might find that resistance, right? But also, if you're a bear, you may know that this entire region is a monthly sell. And then if you're a bear, you know this entire region is a weekly sell. Okay? So all you had to do was sell. Would you buy up here? It would have been pretty dangerous. You'd have to switch over and find a 4-hour. You might have taken a shot, but you wouldn't have been in it long. Pretty dangerous taking a shot. See, typically when you buy out a position at the 4-hour, you're above resistance, not below it, right? So anyways, bulls are getting paid on this. Now the target for rand, and I ran so far away. Yeah, the rand is way down here, brah. Brew, right? You know what I'm talking about? I want to go back to the comment on the MT4 indicator. Look, I used to try to convince people to use MT4, and I used to say like it was like your other platform, but you can customize it like a 50s hot rod. So the whole benefit of using MT4, if you're not used to MT4, so you just get on Google and go blah, 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 you do a search, and you can put lipstick on this pig any way you want, right? So you download the pig, and then you put a dress on it. You can change all the dress. You can put the lipstick. You can put the rouge and the eyeshadow. You change the wig and put a little bow, or right? Anything you want. And your pig will look different than my pig and their pig, and everyone has a different pig. Yeah, then it's still a pig. Yeah, then you get that big rats. Yeah, rats. So, Rhett, where in Iowa are you from? Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana is awesome. Someone tried to murder me in Louisiana. What else? One time I was driving a Mustang convertible from Baton Rouge to New Orleans, well over 100 miles an hour. Whoa! And I pass a van, and the whole van was filled with cops going to like a conference or something. There was like 12, it was like one of the limousine vans, like they're giant vans, like a church van, you know. There was like 12 cops and the badges on the side and everything, and I just go, whoa! I'm like, yeah, Louisiana. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've made some mistakes in Louisiana, and more than one. Actually, another funny one. This was from 1994. I was with some friends, had drank a little bit of alcohol, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we go to this place, this hole in the wall, but not in a town, like in between towns, like at a crossroads in the rural Louisiana. We walk in, and there's a sign on the cash register that says, no checks. Great. Well, I'm hungry. So I sit down and I ordered 2 meals. Huh? 2 meals in the morning. And I'm eating and I'm fattening up and sobering up and everything's great. And I go up there and I hand her my credit card. Yeah. Cash only. I'm like, what do you mean cash only? I have like $2. She says, can't you read the sign? It says no checks. Yeah, what's wrong with checks? Yeah. Yeah, isn't it fun? Yeah, we don't get new machines. No, but it was funny. Like literally, instead of just writing cash only, they wrote no checks because like nobody had a credit card. 1994, it was like 1894 in rural Louisiana. So, anyways, but let me tell you, if you want all you can eat crab, Louisiana is the place to go. Rockin' the bayou, baby. Groundfish and shrimp. All right, so peso. Okay, you should know this. I mean, there was 1,500 people at my webinar on Friday, so I'm assuming you attended. So the short was off of the monthly pivot. Okay, so there's still a shot here. You could try to take this down. Okay, and the cool thing is, you know, if you're above that, it's dead. Okay. Go away, Skype. There it is. So that's that. That should be a straight shot, as you can see here. So Rand is already Oscar Mike, and dollar and peso seem to be weak at the same time. Oh, above the pivot, Hassan. This. And by the way, thanks guys for asking questions. So, you know, this pivot here, guys, is a monthly pivot. You should know that. Okay. If you're a bear, okay, if you're a bear, if you want USD Mexican peso to fall, it should not go higher than this price here. It should stay below the psychological level of 20 if you're a bear. If you're cruising above me, you might be a bear, but the market's a bull and you're on the wrong side. So right now, as long as it stays below there, you have permission to sell. You want to sell into a 4-hour 21? Probably not. Okay. Let's pick your lines, right? Okay. And I think out of all of these exotics, this one pays the most. What does the ECB pay you if you lend Europe money? What kind of interest rate do you get? Potato. Oh, sorry, potato. It's at the grocery store. I'm like, I'm going to grab some zucchini. They had zucchini from Italy. I said, what kind of world do we live in where we have Italian zucchini? Like, why do I need Italian zucchini? What's wrong with like zucchini from around here? Isn't that funny? Socialist zucchini? Hey man, only if it's Ferrari red. All right, let's do it this way. Globalization, but it's weird though, right, Charles? Like, why do I need Italian vegetables? Why can't I have an American? You know, like, well, let's say if it's winter or something and everything here is not in season, then great, bring it in from Ecuador or something, right? But come on, prime time, June, buy an Italian zucchini. All right, yeah. But then I ended up buying little tiny miniature cucumbers. And I think they're French, so I don't know, screw me, right? So here we are. If you're a burr, you want to get short. You want to get short in this whole zone here on a monthly basis. Okay. And then let me highlight for you on Euro Turkish lira. On a weekly basis, this is your sell zone. Oh my gosh, we're right in there now. So why don't you drop on a 15, see if you can find yourself a reason to get short. Oh, you telling me it hit the M3 exactly? And it did that? Amazing, right? So that is really a second chance kind of move here. It's really, this is how you're supposed to draw it. But like, OMG, guys. You had your opportunity here. You've already had your second chance. Like, well, you need to get on the clue train if that's what you want to do. It's come and it's gone without you. But if you didn't take it, maybe you don't deserve it. Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And again, every single day you hold this short, you get paid quite a bit interest. Every day you hold it long, you have to pay quite a lot of interest. So you don't want to buy this long term, but you want to sell it short term. Okay? And you would probably see a Euro Turkish lira short pay off when macroeconomics are good. That's a good thing. That's Europeans investing, right? Europeans don't invest when they're worried about tomorrow, so they bring money home, right? So if this is going down, things are probably improving, maybe, but we know there's a lot of geopolitical risk here. But at the end of today, you'll get paid. At the end of tomorrow, you'll get paid. At the end of Wednesday, you'll get paid for 3 days. 3 days. Now, if you sell at 4:50 p.m. on Wednesday, and then at 5:01, you take profit. You've held the trade for just a handful of minutes, but you'll get paid for 3 days worth of interest. Nice, right? Yeah. Will it beat the spread? Well, the spread's not that much, but that's up to you to decide, right, Peter? And yeah. I would not buy this way. Yeah, well, there are better things to do than that, right? Yes, I will, Michael. With that being said, peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. If you did watch this video on YouTube, like it, but it's not on YouTube, it's live. So if you did watch it, if you're watching the future from now, which is your past, and like it. So I'll upload it, and then I'll post it. And yeah, so by the way, Peter says no webinar on YouTube since May 20. So remember, I was telling you that the webinar company was one of the problem. And I contacted them, and they're like, there's no problem. I'm like, there is a problem. And they're like, we can download the videos. I'm like, well, that's beside the point. I can't download the videos. So then they're like, oh, I'll just try a different browser. So I pull it up in 2 different browsers, and I'm like, still doesn't download. I'm like, dude, it doesn't download. And they're like, well, it's your something else. I'm like, look, your thumbnails for the videos aren't even downloading. They're like, yeah. Try a different computer, right? And so after about like 15, right, 15 times of sending them information, all of a sudden I get this email. They're like, oh my God, we're so sorry. We realize that you're not going to be able to download our videos. Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you for 4 freaking days. So suddenly over the weekend, ta-da, you can download videos now. So I apologize for that, but it wasn't me, and I told you it wasn't me. So so today's video will be available on YouTube shortly. All right. Yeah. Yeah. This has only been a giant waste of my time, and you know, it's the one thing I don't have much of. Okay. All right. Take care, guys.